Hi, boys and girls. I'm here to follow up with you about the, the video or the PowerPoint that you watched under the reading column, which was the PowerPoint was entitled, Is It Living? And you saw a variety of things. And at the end of the video, you learned, it asked you, first of all, to think about what all living things had in common. And then it gave you what all living things had. If you have not viewed that PowerPoint, I would like you to stop this video now and go back under the reading column and find the Is It Living, and then return to this portion of the lesson. So boys and girls, what we have right here is called a matrix. And this matrix will help us understand what makes a living thing. So my title Is It Living? And under the title, there are 5 things that we learned all living things must have in order to be a living thing. The first is, does it move by itself? The second thing is, does it grow and change? Does it breathe? Does it need food and water to survive? Does it reproduce, which means make more like itself? So again, does it move? Does it grow and change? Does it breathe? Does it need food and water? And does it reproduce? Those are the 5 things I need to remember about living things. So we're going to test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different objects. And in order for it to be a living thing, it has to be yes in each of these things. That yes, it does move by itself. Yes, it does grow and change. Yes, it does breathe. Yes, it does need food and water. And yes, it does reproduce. If it's no in any one area, then that is not a living thing. So are you ready to get started? Let's start with this object. It is a worm. So we ask, does it move by itself? What do you think? I think yes. So I'm going to put a Y for yes in green. If it's no, I'm going to put an N that's red for no. Okay, does this worm grow and change? Let me think. Does a worm grow and change? And yes, I know that that's true, because worms maybe start out very small and then grow bigger. Does it breathe? Ooh, I think it does. If I'm not sure, I can leave it and go on to the next heading. I think it does. I'm going to put yes. I think a worm does breathe. I'm not sure how it breathes, but I think it does. And I want to learn more about how it breathes. Does it need food and water to survive? And the answer is yes. I know that it does. And one last question, does it reproduce? And the answer is yes. I think that worms make other worms. So the answer is yes. So what I can see right now is yes. A worm is a living thing. We go down to the next object in the matrix. It's a car. Does a car move by itself? Well, there are cars that can move by itself, so yes, they have those kinds of cars. Does it grow and change? No, my car doesn't grow and change. I'm going to put an N for no. Does it breathe? No. Does it need food and water to survive? It doesn't need food and water. It does need gas, but that's not food and water. So I'm going to put no. And does it reproduce and make more cars? No, it doesn't. So I can see that even though it has one yes, all the rest are no. So this is not, it is not living. I go on to Calvin the dog. Calvin, can you move all by yourself? Yes. My puppy's moving around. Maybe you'll see him in the video moving all by himself. Does Calvin grow and change? Yes, he does. He started out as a puppy, and now he's getting so big. Does he breathe? Yes, he does. And does he need food and water? Yes, Calvin does. And does he reproduce? Yes, he does. He can make more little puppies just like himself. A sunflower. A sunflower. Does it move by itself? This is tricky. I have to really think about that. I have grown sunflowers before, and I have noticed that when the sun is going up, the flower will actually tilt in the direction of the sun. So the answer is yes. And also it's moving as it's growing. It's growing up, and that's movement, upward movement. Does it grow and change? Yes, it does. It starts as a seed and then into sprouts, and then it grows a stem and then a flower. Okay, does it breathe? This is a hard one. I've learned about plants, and I've learned that yes, plants do breathe. Plants have plant parts that help it to breathe. So the answer is yes. That's a big surprise. That could be a big surprise for you. And if it's a big surprise, you'll want to investigate further and do some reading, or talk to an expert or your family or somebody who knows a lot about sunflowers. Does it need food and water? Yes. It will not grow big and strong unless it gets water and good soil to grow. It's food, and there's nutrients inside of the soil. Does it reproduce? Can a sunflower make more sunflowers? I have to think about that. All of these are yes. If I'm not sure, I guess I could leave it blank. I could go investigate. Reproduce more sunflowers. Oh, that reminds me of the story of the seed, the tiny seed, where the sunflower grows so big, and in the end, the sunflower is covered in little seeds, and when fall comes, they scatter into the sky, and more seeds fall on the ground, and they make more sunflowers. So now I remember, yes, the answer is yes, they can reproduce. Now, at the very bottom, this is a picture of chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets, do they move all by themselves? I know that I eat chicken nuggets and they move off the plate, but I'm doing that, so the answer is no. Do they grow and change? No, they just stay on my plate. They do change because I eat them. I take bites, so they change, but they don't grow. They change as I eat them. Do they breathe? Mine don't. I don't know about yours. No. Do they need food and water to survive? No. Chicken nuggets do not. And do they reproduce and make more chicken nuggets? No. They don't. Boys and girls, when I look at my matrix, I can see which ones are the living things. I can see that the worm is a living thing because it has yes under each of the 5 characteristics of a living thing. I can see Calvin the dog is living. And I can see that the sunflower is a living thing. Boys and girls, you're going to go on to the next lesson 2 in Is It Living? And Miss Lemke is going to tell you more about how you can pick an object and go use a matrix and discover if it's living or not. I hope that you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing your learning. Thanks. Bye.